Hello, inhabitants of Pixel World. I am the Pixel Fan, and in today's episode, we are doing Pixel World News. We're going to cover all the latest things that have come up in the VR space for like the past 3 weeks or so. We might have heard some of these topics, but I'm hoping I'm going to give you an interesting spin on them that'll make you think a little more about them. So, all I got to say is sit tight, fasten your seatbelts. Let's go. KatVR has just announced that their KatVR treadmill is compatible now with standalone headsets. I'm not sure what the news is for the Pico, but it's definitely for the Quest 2. It is going to be working shortly here, and it might be working on the Quest Pro soon as well. And that means you're not going to have a PC connected to it. They've got a new promo video out, and it's pretty exciting. I never thought about buying one, but it's just because I kind of forgot about them. And I live in an apartment complex, and I regularly get people knocking my floor with brooms. But I'm sure that we're going to be enjoying this shortly, and there's going to be a lot of YouTube videos about it, so stay tuned. This could be good news for Pico 4 owners. It is good news for Pico 4 owners. Just a little background on this. About a month ago, Guy Godin was in contact with Sebastian from MRTV, and he told him that he had finished updating Virtual Desktop for the Pico 4, like a specific update for the Pico 4. And now, just recently, Virtual Desktop has been released on the Pico 4 store. And I think people were already using Virtual Desktop with the Pico 4 one way or another. But this update has specific settings for the Pico 4. It has a mode, which I think now is default. If you're on a Pico 4, it has a mode called Godlike. This Godlike mode is going to, I guess, increase bandwidth or something, or to at least to account for the larger resolution that the Pico 4 is offering. So you're gonna get that 4K resolution coming through from your PC streaming. And so this has got to be great news, especially that now you're going to have a great resolution to work with. Now, just for the record, running 4K monitors, which the Pico is going to be like 2 4K monitors, 2.5 even, if you look at the resolution on there, and you're going to be running that like at 90 hertz. So you better be ready to back that up, if you know what I'm saying. What's in your PC? So, video card prices have come down a lot since you know when. And I'll just say I bought a card during that time, and I really regret it. Let's say I had a 3070, and let's just say it costs about $1,100. Now you can buy one of those for somewhere around $5. You can buy a 3080 for somewhere around $600 to $650 now. It might be a good time to buy a card. Or you might want to wait just a little bit, because on November 16th, the Nvidia GeForce 4080 is coming out. 4080. So it's not a 4090, so you're not going to lose your shirt buying it. It's going to be somewhere around $1,000. And I'll just say, you might think you're going to pass on the 40 series, or you're going to buy a 30 series instead. It's because there's going to be so much cheaper than a 40 series card. But the only thing that makes me wonder about the 40 series and get a little curious about it is that they have DLSS 3, and they have something called frame generation, where artificial intelligence is slipping frames in between the frames that are being generated by the card. And I think it's using the new tensor chips to do that. And so people are going to be seeing probably 50 to 100% increase in frame rate when they turn on this frame generation thing. So you're going to be playing 4K, maxed out the whatever, and you're going to be hitting like 100 frames or something. Now, you can buy one of those cards, but do you have a 4K monitor? And if you do, does it run faster than 60 hertz? That's the question. You might need to upgrade that too. So then there's even more money in it. But that's like the theme these days now. You can't just buy something and that's it, and you get to reap the benefits of it. And we're about to see that in the next item for today. The PlayStation VR2 is coming out. If you haven't heard, they've just announced the next version of the PlayStation VR, the PlayStation VR2. It's coming out February 22nd, so that's not too far after Christmas, unfortunately. So you're not going to get it as a gift from anybody. You're going to have to pony up on that one. And it's going to cost you $550, basically. A lot of people had a lot to say about that. I thought that was to be expected. I mean, it's going to have way more specs than the Quest 2. And the specs might even put it over the level of the Quest Pro. So that's a lot less than a Quest Pro. I mean, 3 times less, basically. So I don't think people have anything to complain about. I was kind of expecting that same price. But at the same time, I don't have a PlayStation 5. I didn't have a PlayStation 4. And if you only have a PlayStation 4, you're going to have to get a PlayStation 5 because it does not cater to peasants that use PlayStation 4. You got to get a PlayStation 5 to ride this train. And but let's just say the resolution is going to be around 4K. You're going to be getting PSVR level graphics. It's going to be mind-blowing. They have foveated rendering and eye tracking in there to get your resolution even that more enhanced. They say they're getting 3.1 times the performance that they would have had with eye tracking than they would have had without it. And so they're really going to be able to squeeze a lot of juice out of that thing. And I think it's going to be a win for VR in general, because they say 3 million units were sold of the PSVR1. The PSVR1. 3 million units were sold in about 3 years. And so just imagine all those people, I'm guessing, provided they upgraded to a PlayStation 5, they're going to be upgrading their headset. And a lot of people are going to be very curious once they see the footage that is being shown right now. I mean, you're going to be in the game for real. It's PCVR, but the foveated rendering is going to take things up a notch for sure. I can't wait. I heard that they're using Fresnel lenses in this thing, which are the same type of lenses that are in the Quest 2, and they have the concentric circles with the God rays in the Quest 2. I'm guessing that they are aware of the God rays and that they've got that covered. They have to have that covered, but I'm definitely going to sit on the sidelines and see how that works out. I doubt it's going to be an issue. I just thought it'd be something that I'd bring up for all of us to look out for before purchasing this headset. But like I said, it is an exciting time for VR, and even though I might not be able to pony up $1,100, I'm still happy. I'm going to be watching videos of gameplay footage for the next year, provided I don't buy one. I'm going to be watching that footage because I know it's going to be great. Since we've been speaking about PlayStation and Meta, big players in the virtual reality space, I think the two of them better watch out. There might be a new sheriff in town. If you haven't heard already, it's Pimax. And I don't know if you heard or not, it went under my radar. I don't remember how I quite caught it, but they're releasing something called the Pimax Crystal. And it sounds like on paper it's going to be the headset to end all other headsets, but it's going to have these kind of stats that if you were just to put together your dream headset, everything that you could want, and say make that, they would say, here it is, we're doing it. Because it's a PCVR headset, but it's also a wireless PCVR headset, but it's also a standalone PCVR headset. It's going to have its own games and play standalone. Now, you can connect to the headset. I mean, you can connect to your PC through an HDMI cable, which then your signal will not be compressed. Normally when you're playing PSVR through like virtual desktop and stuff, you're getting like a compressed signal, which is going to degrade it somewhat. You're not going to get the same image quality that you'd be looking for. Not like the HP Reverb 2, which is connected to like an HDMI cable. So this one's going to have that. And on top of that, they also have their own USB-C fiber optics cable, which is going to be, you know, slim and flimsy, and you maybe won't even notice it because HDMI cables are a little bit thick and you know it's there. And so then they have Wi-Fi 6E for connecting to your PC. But on top of that, they are promoting something called WiGig. It sounds like it's going to be a lot of bandwidth. I mean, it's probably going to be like playing wired PSVR. Obviously, it's going to cost you more. There's going to be some kind of add-on that you're going to connect to your PC, which will allow you to play it through. It'll connect to the PC and it'll connect you to your Pimax Crystal headset. They're not using Fresnel lenses. They're using aspheric lenses, and they've got this kind of coating on it that's like a long and intricate process. And so the lenses are going to have a very high pixel per degree, or PPD. It's going to have 35 pixels per degree of standard. And just to put that into perspective, the Valve Index, everybody knows knows and loves the Valve Index, but they've got 14 PPD. Now that's more than double. It's more than double the PPD of the Valve Index. But that's not all. They also have a lens that's 45 PPD. Now it's going to have a smaller field of view to make all that work. It's going to have a smaller field of view. But the 35 PPD lens has a field of view of 140 degrees. I can't even imagine what that would look like. I think it's just gonna blow my mind. Anyway, is there anything else about this headset that I should mention? It's gonna cost $15.99, which is only like $100 more than a Quest Pro. Now, this thing can pinky finger death punch the Quest Pro, but it's only $100 more. It's almost like it's 3 times better than the Quest Pro, but it's only $100 more. Now the Quest Pro is only a little bit better than the Quest 2, but it's 3 times the price. So, like I said, I got nothing against Meta. I love what they're doing, but you know, I don't know about the decisions they made for the Quest Pro. I still want one. If you guys want to send me one, I'll wear it and run around the block. I'd be so happy. But I don't quite think I'm gonna buy one. And that leads me to the end of the video, because I wanted to say, okay, I'm officially announcing I'm not buying the Quest Pro. My channel is young, my resources are few, and because my channel is young, please like and subscribe, help a fledgling channel. But my resources are few. What I'm gonna do with those resources is I'm going to build a gaming PC. I need a gaming PC if I'm gonna be have any kind of salt in this game. I want to be doing some PSVR streaming because it looks the best. You know, why would I play Quest standalone games when I got the PSVR version? So that's my plan, to do that mostly. But there's certain games I have to play on the Quest 2, like Thrill of the Fight, and I will be playing a lot of Thrill of the Fight either on this channel or another channel I want to start, where I'll just be playing games and not doing news and stuff like that. So be on the lookout for that. I'll be giving links for that soon. But again, thank you for watching. Thank you for coming to Pixel World, visiting Pixel World once again. And I'm the Pixel Fan, and I will see you next time. I'm out. Thanks. Bye.